Good afternoon. This is HTM 1134, Module 4 of our discussion for the whole duration of the semester. So we have on Module 4, Marketing Skills and Customer Service. So let's go on with the topic. So marketing skills is the day-to-day demands of the job in the front. This includes, the opportunity to exercise one's marketing talent, greeting the guest by name, and then acknowledging his visit, giving information on the facilities and service, extending invitations to specially created events within the property, and a simple thank you could be a powerful start to effective selling. So selling is the skill of understanding what people want and how much they're willing to pay and how they make their decisions. It's therefore necessary that front desk clerks such as yourselves, develop the ability to see, identify, and understand guest needs. They should believe in treating their guests well, thus gain the goodwill of their clients. It should be noted that every guest is an exceptionally valuable asset of the organization, for without them, we will not exist. So success will be considerably easier if everyone can manage the challenge of ensuring the value of quality service. So as I have told you in the past lectures of this subject, you need to learn about marketing skills or how to talk to people, not persuasively, but then you need to show the value of giving good service, no, by tapping on the needs of your guests. Eventually, selling here is the most effective term that we are going to use when doing front office services, because we are the ones who are tasked to sell whatever is inside the hotel. It started in the front office department. So we have here selling support. In the new era today, the 21st century, we are now using all social media tools, to sell opportunities of the hotel that we are going to work. So one is brochures and then fact sheets. You're also going to use hotel forms, promotional letters, tariffs, event boards, giveaways, menus, and service directory. Eventually, all of this can be posted by making a Facebook official page or YouTube channel or any social media account that can be used to promote the image of the hotel. So how do we sell a room to a guest? So first is you open the transaction with a smile. So always smile. We are all beautiful. We are all confident. And then the smile informs the guest your willingness to be of service and readiness to accommodate his needs. Always remember that we need to give quality service to the guests, because without them, we do not exist. They are the ones who give us our salaries, or your future salary if you're going to work inside the hotel or any establishment. So smile. These are all acronyms. S stands for sincere, merry, cheerful, and then we have interested for eye. L for lovely to look at, because of course you need to become presentable when you are going to show yourself, and then when you are going to work in front of the front office scanner. And then enthusiastically given, you need to be cheerful, you need to be the vibes is there, the good vibes is there, So that is the first thing that you need to do. You need to smile. And then second is you greet the guest warmly. So be courteous when attending to the guest. Always try to give the impression of calmness and self-assurance. And then make the greeting natural and easy. Show the guest sincerity and interest in serving him or her. And call the guest by his or her name if you remember. It is very important to always be alert and always have the initiative to know your guest. And then the third one is you sell value, not price. So people stay at the hotel for a variety of reasons. So sell out the good points. Your property can offer all good location, impressive room features, comfort, view, facilities, and service. Everything that you can sell to the guest, just sell them all. So in showing the room, you use showmanship. You treat your facilities with respect. You open the door gently for the guest. You turn on the light switch nearest the door, and then you let the guest enter first. And then you point out features of the room for purposes that you are going to sell them, the room that you have showed. And then the following are qualities also that are very desirable when dealing with people. It's very important that you need to practice all of these qualities because as we all know, attitude is very important nowadays compared to your skills and knowledge. Skills and knowledge can actually be learned, but character and attitude it takes years and practice to build. So it's very important that you tap into your character first if you want to pursue the dream to become hospitality providers. So first one is sincerity, means believing in the truth of what you say. When dealing with guests and assisting to their needs requires sincere response and understanding. Always be informed that all of the guests are different and they all have different attitudes and they all are different to you. Bear in mind that those are not said to you or maybe done to you personally, but then we need to take care of our guests, as if they are our kids. And then helpfulness, so showing the willingness to go out of your way to help others. It is also finding enjoyment when extending extra effort to accommodate someone. So it's very nice to help people when we work in the industry. And then enthusiasm, always have that positive vibe, the cheerful vibe, the eagerness and the glowing spirit when being of assistance to the needs of the guest. This can be observed in the voice of tone and manner, the gestures of delivering service. Do not pout, do not be rude, just be cheerful and smile and be happy when you are going to attend to your guest. And then attentiveness, you need to listen with your full attention in a way that makes your guest feel that you regard him or her as important, because our guest wants to feel like they are important just like you. So punctuality, courtesy, and consideration are ways of showing attentiveness too. And then lastly is friendliness, showing people that you like them. To do this, you must approach people with a genuine a friendly smile, fostered by a friendly thought and backed up by a friendly manner. Okay? Going into the next topic, which is customer service. You already know about customer service and the core of providing quality service to the guest. So customers come from the word custom, as in customized. So it is recognition that people value most those items that they believe is customized to meet their personal needs. So people value things because they can use them, or they value services because this help them achieve a goal. Service is anything other than physical goods valuable to customers. It can be intangible also, or things that can be experienced, other than those things that can be touched. So what is a customer? So customer is the most important person, whether he comes in person, calls, or writes to us. The customer is not dependent on us, rather we depend on him because they are the ones who provides us money, in the form of a salary. And then the customer is not an interruption of our work, so he is the purpose why you work in the hospitality sector. He's doing us a favor by giving us opportunity to serve them. Actually, enlightening you guys about hospitality management is just saying that you are not particularly slaves, but then you are a very important. You have an important role of serving people. You need to have that passion to serve to people, because if you don't have that passion to serve people, then you cannot survive in the hospitality sector. Customer is not someone with whom to argue or match our wits. No one ever won an argument with a customer because they're always right. So the customer is a person who comes to us because he needs certain services, and it is our job to provide them in a way profitable to him and to our selves. And the customer is not equal statistics, so he is the flesh and blood of the business, and he is also a person with his own emotions and prejudices. So let's not take everything in person or personally. Everything is just business between you and the customer. So the customer is the most important person, because without him, you will not have a reason to work in the hospitality sector. So what is quality customer service? So this is the type of service that you are going to provide to the customers. It's defined as the measure of ability to meet customers' needs. So this type of service is not ordinary service, as it is done with excellence and distinction. We are not working in the hospitality sector just so we can have money. We are working there because we are serving people. Two primary dimensions make up quality customer service. One is the procedural dimension, and the second one is personal dimension. Each is critical to delivery of quality service. The procedural side consists of established systems and procedures in which we're going to deliver products and services, whereas the personal side is how service personnel use his attitudes, behaviors, and verbal skills interact with customers. Eventually, as I have said to you, skills and knowledge goes second, or they go second, or come in second, because they are not that important when it comes to working in the hospitality sector. We can all learn the basic skills and knowledge needed, but then the attitude and the character takes time to build. That's why if you have that less patience with people, when you socialize them and you take everything personally, then you need to work with your social skills so that you can have a better experience working in the hospitality industry. And then we have the loss of service. The first one is the first law of service, which means satisfaction equals perception minus expectations. So there is actually an equation here, S equals P minus E. So this law explains that if customers expect a certain level of service and observe that that delivery was equal or higher in level, they will be satisfied. However, if the expected delivery of service was far below on how the customer perceived, dissatisfaction occurs. For example, a guest expects to be assigned a room in 10 minutes, but the desk clerk was able to do it in 5 minutes, so that means he is satisfied, right? Nonetheless, if the guest anticipates that a room will be assigned him in 5 minutes, but then it was done in 10 minutes, he will be dissatisfied. So, it's actually a relationship between satisfaction and dissatisfaction, wherein the guest will expect something, but then his perception will be different or maybe equal. Then that's how you're going to measure it. No, yung first law of service natin. The second law, first impressions are lasting. So customers' encounter with a hotel employee could be both the beginning and an end of a relationship. So this impression is dependent on how service is delivered to the customer and how the customer feels about it while delivering. When an employee does not render the expected quality service, negative impressions are felt by customers. And satisfied, they make good impressions and become valued customers because, as we all know, we are now living in the technology era in which everything can be posted in the social media, good or bad or whatever it is. First impressions are always lasting. It's very important because when you first see someone delivering you a good service, you're going to post them with all glamorous remarks, no. But then if you're going to perceive the crew or the staff, someone not really happy doing business with you, then you might post them in the social media with all the nasty things that you can say. So that is how first impressions work. And then on the third one, service-oriented attitude from employees alone is not an insurance of good service. So the last law of service tends to emphasize more on management concerns. So the last law focuses on the support systems necessary to assist the delivery of quality service. Infrastructure, managerial techniques, technology assistance, and etc. are some factors which should contribute to the goal of being a service-oriented enterprise. The hotel or any establishment or any hospitality providers must always adapt to the what do you call this? The technological advancement, no, or the advancements that are happening, no, with in the passing of each year. Because if such establishment will be left behind, then there is possibility that no one will patronize it. Like say for example, Maria Cristina is an old hotel. So eventually, if there are no progress being made, no, or maybe improvisation, then there are some instances wherein guests would look into another hotel or establishment to stay. So that is the third law of service. Aside from having a good character and attitude, the management needs also to um, look into the advancement of the structure of the hotel, or the amenities rather. Okay, so going into the guest complaints, we have nature and types of complaints are very normal and usual inside any hotel establishment. So first we have here mechanical complaints, which involves heat, light or power, the furniture inside each rooms, vending machines, keys, plumbing or the bathroom, and then appliances. We also have services, delays, assistance, rooms, telephone wake-up calls, F&B deliveries and quality problems, as well as room service or the personality of desk personnel. So that is on the services. And then eventually we also have staff attitude. So this is very common, the most common of all the complaints, wherein the staff is rude, insulting, derogatory, careless, disrupting, over-friendly, uncooperative, and insensitive. Not good. And then we have the unusual, which includes the weather, the pets, transportation, closing time, and anything over in which the hotel has little control. So how do you handle all of these complaints? The first and very important is you need to listen, and you need to be sympathizing, empathizing. You need not to interrupt the guest while he or she is talking. So the satisfied guest will feel better after he has aired his or her complaint and show interest in his problem and taking down notes. The second one is never argue. So bear in mind the customer is always right and we lost when we argue. If a guest loses in an argument, he's likely not return, thus reduce the business. The third one is be calm and sober. Do not panic. Use presence of mind to accommodate the guest. Work calmly under pressure and show the guest that you are in control of the situation and that you can give him or her the solution that he or she wants. And then you need to empathize with your guest. Be sensitive. So make him realize that you understand why he was dissatisfied and that you are sorry and that you want to apologize for it. And then be open-minded and show appreciation. Welcome guest comments. We should be thankful that they gave us opportunity to be aware of our problems, so that in turn, the next time he or she comes in the hotel, there are now changes, no, and improvements. And then do not be defensive. Accept the problem. Be gracious and courteous. Always reach to resolve the problem. You need to correct the situation right away, so the guest will feel better if he sees that you are doing something about his or her complaints. And then never settle a complaint or problem in front of the guest. Always have that private area for you and the guest to talk. And then never pass the buck or never blame someone for your yung tinatawag nating negligent actions. And then when things become more difficult, you need to call now the attention of your front office manager on duty. Always remember that you are not allowed to call your manager if you can solve the problem directly. So rest assured you have that strength to focus on the situation and that you can give a solution to the problem and that there's no need to call for the manager. So that is on our module 4 lecture for today on HTM 113, and I hope that you have learned something about marketing skills and that you're going to apply it also. We will have an open forum at the end of the semester before the making of the grades. Rest assured I will be seeing you so that I can listen to you speak with not that really fluent in English. I want to listen to how you're going to answer my inquiries in English. So have a great day and enjoy.